actually started talking to managers about their ability to long-term manage contractors remotely. And
Mm.
that's a different dynamic for us. I think there's cybersecurity concerns around that. How do you onboard them? How do you get them the tools that they need from a technology standpoint? How do you secure those tools? So those are really the kind of the concepts we're working through right now.
Yeah, someone yesterday that was on this conversation was having some of the real basics, like onboarding someone,
Yeah,
how you build a machine, like sending it to your help desk team, and then they got to compile it, and then they got to send it. It's like a double hop,
right.
and they're running into the same same
It
thing.
definitely elongates everything for sure.
Yeah, and who would
And
have thought that? Who would have thought that is something as flushed out as any process, is now being relooked at.
yeah, so we've thought about that, and where we have embraced VDI years ago, so we're a full VDI shop. We used to do the WISE terminals, which were pretty simple ways to connect to the VDI environment. But more recently, we started looking at these devices called 10 zigs.
And what's that? How do you spell that?
The number 10 ZIG,
Okay.
and there's a management console or a management capability of being able to remotely manage all of these devices. So what we could do is we're thinking about, we can have the manufacturer send them directly to consultants or employees or anybody's onboarding. And once they get there, we can configure them remotely. It asks for the user's permissions to connect, and then at that point we can create some configuration adjustments. But the nice thing is we lock down all of the inputs. So whether it's USB or anything else. So really, the only thing a person can do is connect to our environment, and we control the environment they're in, whether it's antiviruses or any of the other controls that we have in place. And we think that's going to set us up for a pretty normalized process, and one that allows us to maintain the security around our environment. And then they're pretty inexpensive, so they're somewhat disposable. Once it comes to an issue from a technical standpoint, if they're not operating fine, we tell people to throw them away and we ship them a new one, rather than spending the time to try to troubleshoot the endpoint.
Yeah, it's
So that's one of the,
sort of like a toaster. I've often said for years
right.
that, we don't try to fix our toasters. We just throw it in the trash
Yeah,
and get another one.
exactly right. That's exactly right.